Alexandra Levine welcomes you to the Alexandra Levine Live Podcast. Today, we've got a packed show, from breaking news to informative topics that will keep you well informed. So, please click the subscribe button to get notified of her upcoming episodes. If you like what Alexandra talks about, then please share the Alexandra Levine Live to others. Alexandra also looks forward to your comments during this episode. Tonight's Alexandra Levine Live Podcast starts now.
Well, hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine live with the America's Pulse Network. You are all in tonight with me, Alexandra Levine. We have major breaking news. I just got back from listening to President Trump speak in front of a crowd about releasing and launching Trump RX. Let's put up the slide, the first slide. Yay, my man, President Trump launching Trump RX, which lowers prescription drugs, the most common prescription drugs. Now we, the people, won't have to pay up the wazoo for prescription drugs. This is huge. This is about making America healthy again. This was a promise that President Trump made on the campaign trail, and he delivered. He talked about Trump RX, which is AKA maybe a version of Good RX or prescription RX, what everybody gets from their pharmaceutical card. But this is so important. The cost of prescription drugs, much lower now than ever before. People will be able to get the prescription drugs that they need at a much lower cost. And guess what? We Americans won't have to go to Canada or Mexico for lower drug costs. This is something that President Trump worked on in his first term, and now he's extended it to his second term. This is amazing, guys. And we have HHS, we have Robert Kennedy Jr. to thank for this, plus Dr. Oz and many others that are involved in the healthcare field. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for Trump RX. Also, in breaking news, we have a picture of our beautiful FLOTUS that I put up there. There we go. So that was taken yesterday. So she had the wonder and the beauty of having one of the hostages, Keith Siegel, and his wife were actually visiting the White House yesterday. And they just called her and said, hey, we're in DC. We'd like to come. Of course, a fake news reporter who should have her White House press credentials revoked, as far as I'm concerned, as the stupid asinine question said, isn't this convenient that you're having them here because the wife of Mr. Siegel, I did see the movie last night. It was an amazing movie. It was things that we didn't know behind the scenes that we know if you watch the documentary. And the way that her dress was designed, her inaugural dress, and her outfits that they picked out, and the designer and how they worked on it. It was just fascinating. It was great how she prepared the inauguration and everything. But Mrs. Siegel was featured in the movie. But FLOTUS, Melania Trump, her main mission was to bring back Keith Siegel. And she did. She accomplished that with her husband and many others to bring him back. It just so happens that he happened to be in DC. Oh, hey, producer. My producer popped on for 5 seconds. Hey. So it just so happened that the Siegels happened to be in DC, and they called the FLOTUS. But for the mainstream media, for that idiot reporter to say, oh, you're just having them here for promotion and think that's disgusting. Guess what? The documentary has done $1 million already. It's already a huge box office hit. And of course, Vanity Fair and all of these liberal papers and liberal magazines, they all crapped on it. They all said she wasn't going to sell any tickets. It's a great documentary. I loved every moment of it. It was beautiful. And there's certain parts of the documentary I really want you guys to watch in regards to the loss of her mom and many other things that she talked about in the documentary, and just the style. And she also mentioned how her feet were killing her from the Manolo Blahniks that she was wearing all day on Inauguration Day. So it's really important, guys. It's really important that we think about the First Lady and what she was going through during her 20 days, and put yourself into her shoes, literally. But also, it was amazing to see the Siegels with the FLOTUS. Again, this was a mission that she made a promise to Mrs. Siegel that she would bring her husband home, and she did. And then to top it off with the breaking news, Ryan Routh, the second assassination attempt on President Trump's life. No, that's in segment 1. I'm not in segment 1 yet. Still on breaking news. There you go. And the last one, Ryan Routh gets life sentence for Trump assassination attempt. That was major breaking news. We all knew that was going to happen. We still don't know much information about this guy. I know that he was recruited by the Ukrainian government to promote Americans to go into Ukraine, to literally die for Ukraine, not for the American flag. This guy was a puppet. This guy was paid to go and try to kill the president while he was at Mar-a-Lago golfing. So kudos to the justice system, but it shouldn't have taken so long to put this guy behind bars for life. Now we're going into segment 1. Now segment 1 starts. So segment 1 starts with, it is not who votes, but who counts the votes. I've said this time and time again, but it's true. It's true. Our forefathers said it. It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes. Everybody is like, we got to clean the voter rolls. We have too many dead people and all these illegals. Yes, I mean, that happens, but that is not the reason why we have fraud in our elections. It is a term that my friend William Newton, and I'll bring up his slide later in the segment, and it's completely true what he proved. It's corrupt internal election personnel. Corrupt internal election personnel means it's the person who's counting the votes. It's the election judges. It's the U.S. Postal Service. It's people like you and me. I mean, ballot harvesting is legal in certain states. The mail-in ballots, you can backdate ballots. I mean, it's illegal to do that, but people do it. That's what I'm saying. Corrupt internal election personnel. People backdate ballots. People ballot harvest, even in states where it's not legal. And you have a bunch of absentee ballots that aren't supposed to be absentee ballots. Also, you have issues with people just running the same votes through the machine. Also, it has to do with who works at the Board of Elections. So, for example, in Baltimore County, there's a guy named Will Fior. He was, quote, voted in by the Baltimore County Republican Central Committee to be on the board, on the election board, not the school board, to be working the elections in Baltimore County with this guy at A.L.L. Will Fior is a total rhino. He works under State Delegate Rick Metzger, who's a total rhino. Will Fior and Rick Metzger do not like my good friend and colleague Tim Fazenmaker, because Tim Fazenmaker is conservative America First MAGA guy. Well, the guy that's running against Tim in his race is Will Fior's friend. Rick Metzger endorsed him. Johnny Salling endorsed him. All these Boy Scouts endorsed him because Tim's opponent is a Boy Scout. So it's very, very, very concerning that Will Fior would be a part of the election process when Tim and his opponent go into the primary election, because that's where a lot of shenanigans take place. There's actually been underlining things going on behind the scenes to make sure that Will Fior is not involved in the counting of the ballots of the election, because he is so biased against Tim's opponent. That is where corrupt internal election personnel comes in. When some corrupt maniac goes and flips ballots, throws same ballots into the machine more than once, makes up mail-in ballots, makes up absentee ballots, two elections, and they never fix the problem, then you'll never know. But that's the truth. The SAVE Act is so important. The SAVE Act was first an executive order that was made by President Trump to implement election on the day, paper ballots, no more mail-in ballots, no more machines, no more early voting. It's basically election on the day, and everybody has to show voter ID or photo ID, excuse me. You have to show photo ID. There's about 18, 12, let's say 12, how many? There's about 12 to 18 liberal states that do not require photo ID to vote. And those are the states that Kamala Harris won. Like, for example, like Maryland, Michigan, Wisconsin. Or, sorry, not Michigan, Wisconsin, my brain. Maryland, California. Why am I blanking on all this? Sorry, I'm tired. Oregon, the state of Washington. Those were states where Kamala Harris won, and they do not require photo ID. New Jersey, New York, it's crazy. So that's why it's very important to pass the SAVE Act. And Senate Majority Leader John Thune, he needs to be the Senate Majority Leader, and he needs not to act like a wuss. He needs to follow President Trump's plan, and he needs to nuke the filibuster. I mean, I don't understand why he's not doing it. I mean, I know why he's not doing it, because it's been implemented and put in for years and years and years. Sorry, excuse me. Oh my gosh. But it's just, it's incredible. It's insane. It's insane. So anyway, we need to, implement the SAVE Act. It's very, very important. Very, very important we implement the SAVE Act. And let's put up the first slide. So just in, John Thune is calling on the SAVE Act to be passed in the Senate. You can make that happen at Leader John Thune. Nuke the zombie filibuster and bring it to the floor. No more words. We want action. Hello? This is why it's so important that we get this SAVE Act passed. And the House of Representatives, they are waiting for the Senate to pass this bill so they can take it back to the House of Representatives so they can finish it off and make it clean. But of course, Senator John Thune, he is Mitch McConnell light. So he's kowtowing to a lot of the rhinos because he is one himself. And Rand Paul's being an idiot too, the senator from Kentucky. So you have all these people that are like fighting, again, too much infighting the Republican Party. But it's a power trip. It's always been a power trip. Always. Always. Let's put up the second slide. So this is really important. So this is by Vice President J.D. Vance, who is the president of the Senate. He just called on the Senate to nuke the filibuster and pass the Save America Act to mandate voter ID and citizenship in all federal elections. That's the only way this gets done. Quote, we're working very hard on it to get the Senate to approve it because if the Senate approves it, we think the House would approve it too. Now, that would require, I think, some Republican senators who maybe they're a little too attached to the filibuster, maybe they're a little too attached to Senate procedure. This is about the integrity of American democracy. Like, do the people control who they elect or do some shady people? It's like, who actually controls the people who cast the ballots or the people who count the ballots? Exactly. Who actually controls the people who cast the ballots or the people who count the ballots? We want the sovereignty to be with the people who cast the ballots, and that's why we have to get the SAVE Act passed. He's right. See, he's saying exactly what I've been saying. Nuke the filibuster. Again, it's about not who counts the votes. Or sorry, it's about who counts the votes, not who votes. I've said this 50 times. So anyway. So it's very, very important, guys. It's very, very important that we get this stuff done. Passed immediately. It's very, very important we get this passed. And final slide. So this is by my friend William Newton. William Newton is one of the most intelligent men that I know. He literally wrote the book on election integrity. He was actually nominated by the MD GOP to actually have Will Fuhr and Al-Neely's seat. But Governor Wes Moore actually stopped William Newton from being on the Board of Elections because William Newton actually would follow the law. And the Maryland Republicans in Annapolis, the majority of them, they did not allow Mr. Newton to come up and testify. They didn't defend him. They didn't say, well, this is who Nicole Harris wants as their guy. No, they totally did not give him a chance. But William Newton has been right about everything in regards to election integrity from the beginning. He said, photo ID will not accomplish much if you do not address the real underlying problem. Corrupt internal election personnel. He came up with the term and he proved it. Through them, all the fraud happens. You want proof? MD 2020 Watch, Sumter Ha. MD2020watch.com/MDREIC. I would recommend everybody on my show to go to MD20/20watch.com. Read those two pieces of literature that he wrote. It explains everything about the fraud. It's brilliant. It's brilliant literature. Seth Eisenberg's read it, Fred Profiter. We all support William Newton when it comes to election integrity. There's all these election groups out there, election law groups. No, Mr. Newton has done the research. He does it every day. And the majority of the things that he has written has been archived in state GOPs nationwide, including Florida, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, and so forth. When I go to Alaska, Sarah Palin knows all about William Newton. There's a lot of people in the nation that know about William Newton, and all these other Maryland election integrity groups, all these election integrity groups are very threatened by Mr. Newton because of his knowledge. But it's very important, guys, that you understand it is corrupt internal election personnel that interferes with your elections. That has been proven time and time again. And if you don't say it, and you just say, oh, it's about cleaning the voter rolls and dead people and all that, it's not. You have to look more into it. You have to look more into it. Again, what is corrupt internal election person running the board of elections? It's your GOP who has the power of the person that can touch that ballot, that has a way to finagle the elections. That is corrupt internal election personnel. And it's been proven time and time again that if you don't say it and if you don't stop it, you will not have free and fair elections. That's why it's so important to pass the SAVE Act. It's something that President Trump talked about. It's something that needs to be implemented. Congress needed to pass this law a long time ago. It's sad that President Trump had to pass an executive order for Congress to codify it. Remember, executive orders, they can't do anything unless Congress codifies them. Same thing with DOJ. You have to codify that too. The midterms are so important this time. We cannot have the House of Representatives flip. We have to keep a Republican House of Representatives, Republican Senate. We do not want a Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. Hell no. It will ruin everything. It'll ruin the beauty that President Trump is trying to do right now. It's very important, guys. Very important that you call your senators if they're not on board on this. And if your senators are on board, call them anyway. Call your House rep. Get them to push other senators. Get them to push other congressmen. It's very important, guys, that we do this. If we don't do this, we'll never have free and fair elections. I applaud President Trump in his efforts to push this. Same thing with Stephen Miller and many others that have been working behind the scenes on this. It's really important. It's really important that we have free and fair elections, especially in these coming up midterms in 2026. So before we go on our break, don't forget we have our affiliate sponsor, FoliumpX.com. Toxic heavy metals, full body detox, free radical support. This is an awesome, guys. Awesome supplement. Super antioxidants. Very, very good. Full body detox, free radical support. It's really important, guys, that we take care of our bodies, our minds, our hearts, our souls, that we get our immune system up. It's really important. So please, guys, go to FoliumpX.com. Check that out. Check that website out. That's the QR code for you to get a nice discount. And we will be right back after the break.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Levine. I'm a professional opera singer, actress, TV, and radio personality. Since 2015, I've been a volunteer, a field director, and a campaign manager, learning the ins and outs of the political world. That's why I became a political consultant. My job is to lead you to victory with organization, structure, and the mindset of winning for your district or state. With my guidance and direction, I can keep you focused on the things that matter to the people and advise you on key issues that need to be addressed. If you're a serious candidate that is serious about winning, then book a consultation with me today. Go to levineconsulting.co. You'll be happy you did.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to Alexandra Levine Live. You are all in again with Alexandra Levine at the America's Pulse Network. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe to at the America's Pulse Network. We are live right now on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, on Truth Social, on Instagram, on TikTok. You name it, we're on it. and I appreciate Donald Willinger, my friend, and many others who have been commenting throughout the entire show. Please don't feel like I'm ignoring your comments. We had some internet issues in segment 1, but we are back on and we are good to go. And I got some lighting back. Yay, I got a little bit more light. Yay. So segment 2 starts with, this is a very tragic story. We don't really know everything that's going on, but please, guys, prayers for Nancy Guthrie, who is the mother of Savannah Gunthrie. If people know who Savannah Gunthrie is, she is a news anchor woman on NBC. She worked very close with Matt Lauer, actually. And, you know, it's just really sad what's going on. And I'm saying to myself, like, why is this happening? Like, who the hell would abduct Savannah's mom? Well, like I said, Savannah Gunthrie is a known anchor woman. She probably has tons of money. And they're doing this as ransom. I mean, this is a total ransom thing to try to maybe bankrupt Savannah. I don't know, but it's just, the whole story is just, it's more and more developing. It's very sad. It's a very sad story. I mean, her mother's like 84 years old. She's on medication. I don't think she's had her medication with her. It's very hard for her to walk without this medication. And, you know, people were saying, well, maybe her mother wandered off. And they're like, no, her mother was coherent. Her mother doesn't have dementia. She was literally abducted, kidnapped. And again, our hearts go out to the family. Let's put up the first slide from Variety. So this was a video that was done last night by Savannah and her siblings. Savannah Gunthrie posts video, fights tears while telling mom's kidnappers, quote, we need to know without a doubt that she's alive and that you have her. She's 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She's without any medicine. She needs it to survive, and she needs it not to suffer, Gunthrie said. We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we're doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know without a doubt that she's alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. And her mother is based out of Arizona. They said that her mother's son-in-law was the last person to see her. So there was speculation of if the son-in-law kidnapped her. So of course they always speculate the family. They always question the family first. But this has become a big, you know, it's a big search. It's a big search to find her. The police have been on top of it from the beginning. You know, I thank the police for being on top of this. But, you know, you have a lot of people who are saying, well, why is this woman so important? There's people that are getting kidnapped left and right. Why aren't they getting as much attention as, you know, Savannah's mom is? And it's because Savannah is a celebrity, you know, in a TV celebrity. And you would never think, I mean, you would never think that a TV celebrity's mom would be kidnapped, especially a liberal TV celebrity's mom. You know, she's not a Trump supporter at all. I mean, she attacked Donald Trump on the campaign trail, after the campaign trail. I mean, she was very vicious. And she was very negative about Donald Trump. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Apprentice was on NBC. So Donald Trump has known Savannah for a long time, and Matt Lauer and so forth. They were working on the same network together practically. So there's a history there. There's some sort of a relationship there. Even though Savannah bashed him when he became a Republican and started running for president, President Trump is a guy with a heart. He's a guy that has the power of the purse as the president to help, to try to find her mother's kidnapper, to try to bring her mom home. And this tells you the type of man that President Trump is. Let's read what he wrote on True Social the other day. He said, I spoke with Savannah Gunthrie and let her know that I'm directing all federal law enforcement to be at the families and local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately. We're deploying all resources to get her mother home safely. The prayers of our nation are with her and her family. God bless and protect Nancy. President Donald J. Trump. I mean, this is an amazing human being, our president. Our president is an amazing human being because he is instructing federal law enforcement and local law enforcement to help find this woman's family. Even though Savannah was a biatch to him on the campaign trail, and a biatch to him when he took office the second term, reported unfairly about him, attacked him, spread lies about him, slandered him, supported his 34 convictions. He's able, as the president, to put that aside and to focus on the fact that her mother's missing. Now, if Savannah doesn't become a Republican after this, I don't know what. But she should be kissing President Trump's ass for wanting to help her and for doing this. He doesn't have to help her. He doesn't. But because he's the president, he has the power to do it. And that's the type of man President Trump is. He cares about people, especially the elderly. He doesn't want to see anything happen to Savannah's mom. I'm praying for Savannah's mom to come home. I'm praying that she's alive and well. This reminds me of October 7th. It really does. I hope that the kidnappers aren't like Hamas. I don't think they are. Hamas is, they're animals. But you never know. People are sick these days. People are sick. We don't know if she was abducted by an illegal. We don't know anything. But this was breaking news today that was very interesting. Let's put up the third slide. This came out like a couple hours ago on Fox News. So preying on pain, a California man is facing criminal charges after allegedly demanding Bitcoin payments from the family of 84-year-old Nancy Gunthrie, who disappeared Sunday in Tucson, Arizona. This is the ransom note that Savannah was talking about. Derek Colella, 42, is charged with transmitting a ransom demand related to a kidnapped person and anonymous interstate communications intended to harass or threaten. The text messages have not been linked to the February 2nd, 2026 ransom demand. So this man was arrested for allegedly sending text to Gunthrie. They said the text messages have not been linked, but I'm thinking, in my opinion, that there's something to there's something in there. There's an intertwine here. There's a link here. And I remember reading about the demanding Bitcoin payments. I mean, this is insane. Most people don't have Bitcoin, by the way. Most people don't do cryptocurrency. Most people don't believe in it. But this guy wants cryptocurrency. He wants Bitcoin. He's demanding ransom in Bitcoin. We don't know how much he's asking for. It's probably a lot. And Savannah Gunthrie is not a poor woman. I mean, this guy can take her for what she's worth. I mean, he could ask for millions. My question to my audience, how much will you pay to get your mother back alive? How much will you pay to get your children back alive? There should be no price at this point. Money should be not an option at this point. This is your family. You do whatever you can to protect your family. Everything you can. I feel so bad for this woman, and so bad for what she's going through. But again, question to my audience, do you think that the mainstream media is covering this too much? Do you think the mainstream media should be covering more kidnappings of people that are not big celebrities like Savannah Gunthrie? There was a lot of coverage of the kidnapping of October 7th, but could there have been more? Could there have been more coverage of those hostages? As I said earlier, one of the hostages actually had a meeting with Melania Trump yesterday. Keith Siegel and his wife. Both of them were abducted. His wife escaped first and waited for her husband to come back. She waited almost over 2 years for him to come back. But she never gave up. She said, Keith was strong for me. I feel like I'm not strong, because she was crying. And Melania said, it's okay to cry. She says, you're here with me. You're not sitting at home crying. You're here with me crying. You're doing something about it. You're getting off your butt and you're doing something. And we're going to do everything we can to get him back. And she did. Just like President Trump is going to do everything he can to get Nancy Gunthrie back. I believe that wholeheartedly. But I'll be honest, the case of this is getting like weirder and weirder and weirder. It's the same thing with the ransom thing that happened with Matt Gaetz. How this former FBI DOJ was threatening Matt Gaetz' father and said, I need $29 million. Or else I'm going to release things. It was crazy. Crazy. Why is this happening? Why are they picking on Savannah Gunthry's mom? And I can't imagine what Nancy Gunthrie is going through right now. I hope she's not in pain. I hope she's okay. I hope she's getting food, water, shelter, whatever she needs. But please, guys, please keep this woman in your hearts. Please. It's so important. It's so important. that we pray. Because the power of prayer, it does work. I actually gave a speech Monday night about the power of prayer. When you pray for your loved ones to live, they live. When you pray to get out of a ticket, it works. When you pray for someone that you love so much, it works. But Savannah can't do it alone. We all have to help her out and do it with her. Yeah, I agree with Don Willinger. Whoever kidnapped her needs to spend their life in prison. I agree. Wholeheartedly, 100%. But again, look at the caliber of President Trump and the lengths that he's going to protect this woman. Or I should say, to bring her back. But when I say protect, I mean he's protecting Savannah in a sense and her family. But he's going through a lot of lengths to make sure that Nancy is brought back safe. Before we go to our next segment, don't forget, guys, we have another affiliate sponsor, rncstore.com/ALL, Richardson Nutritional Center, rncstore.com/ALL. Get the discount code, get 10% off. That's the QR code right there. Type in ALL. If you don't type in ALL, you do not get the 10% off discount. It's very important. It's very important that you take these supplements. They help prevent against cancer. They help with your immunity. They help with a lot of things. So please, guys, go to rncstore.com/ALL. Get your supplements today. Type in ALL. If you don't type in ALL, you don't get the discount. So please, guys, go to Richardson Nutritional Center. Awesome guy, John Richardson. He's been touring all over the country. Thanks to my show, Alexandra Levine Live, and our network, he has been getting a lot of buzz, and people really like his stuff. And that's why he's been doing this book tour. He's been touring all over the country and the world promoting his stuff. And you heard him here first, guys. So go to rncstore.com/ALL. Put in the discount code ALL. Use the QR code right there, and we will be right back, guys, after the break.
Welcome to America's Pulse Network. This is APN's very own White House correspondent, Alexandra Levine.
This is so amazing and miraculous. We've never had a president in the history of our nation doing this. And we hope to God that he continues doing this forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. And God bless President Trump.
And God bless you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. I am the White House correspondent right here in the heart of D.C. as President Trump is celebrating 250 years of America and the military.
Subscribe and follow America's Pulse Network on the above social medias.
Well, hello, guys, again. This is Alexandra Levine Live with the America's Pulse Network. We are all in time with me, Alexandra Levine. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the network. We are live on Rumble, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, on True Social, TikTok, Parler, Instagram. We're on all the major platforms. And what the really cool thing is you can be on Rumble and YouTube and Facebook and watch us live all at the same time. You can be on Parler. You can be on all 8 of our platforms live all at the same time, by the way. It's amazing. It's amazing, the beauty of social media. Or if you're married with kids, your wife could be on Rumble, you could be on YouTube, your kids could be on TikTok, your kids could be on True Social. Spread it out, spread the word. Every week, the show gets bigger and bigger. Our network gets bigger and bigger. And we really appreciate everybody that's watching us tonight. I know there's a lot of people that are watching, they're not commenting. That's fine. And of course, we acknowledge people that are commenting. We appreciate everybody's thoughts. And please, if you want to check us out and check out our other shows, go to the americaspulsenetwork.com. That's americaspulsenetwork.com to get to know us, get to know the other people on the network, our schedules, and see how you can get involved. If you would like to be a podcaster, we are in the process for 2026 recruiting new podcasters. We are getting a couple coming on in March, and we're just expanding. But if you are interested in having your own podcast, you can go to americaspulsenetwork.com and fill out a form. If you're interested in sponsoring either my show, Seth's show, Damon's show, The Pulse, or the entire network, You can go to americaspulsenetwork.com and fill out the sponsorship forms. We would love to have you as a sponsor. We're always looking for sponsors, whether they're affiliate, non-affiliate sponsors. Really important, guys. Really, really important. So segment 3 is Billie Ellish claims we live on stolen land. So like I said, I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Grammys at all. It's just something I don't do. But Billie Ellish did something really asinine and bizarre as she's getting her Grammy Award. She said that we live on stolen land and we shouldn't be trying to get rid of people that live on stolen land. And then she wrote F ICE. And I'm like, we live on stolen land? Really? Well, doesn't that mean that you live on stolen land as you drive back to your $14 million mansion that's supposedly on stolen land? Like, why don't you give up your stolen land and go live somewhere else? Like, what is she talking about? She's saying that we live on land that we stole from the Native Americans. That's what she's saying. I mean, just craziness out of this woman. And she's telling ICE, don't take illegals away from that are living on the stolen land that most Americans are literally living on now. Like, again, does not make sense. Because remember, ICE is not coming after American citizens. ICE is going after illegal criminals, illegal criminal aliens, people that have criminal records and people that have overstayed their visas, people that have lived off the system here for 25 to 30 years and have not done anything for society, or have lived off the system and have not contributed, have not assimilated, do not care, don't want to be an American citizen. They just live off the system. You can't do that. I'm sorry. This is not come into America for free card. You must come in the right way. You must go through the process. You must go through the right port of entry. You cannot cross over illegally and expect no repercussions. Again, under the Trump administration, we've had zero border crossings, zero illegal border crossings. It's amazing. That's the beauty of Thomas Homan and Kristi Noem and the head of ICE, Mr. Wolf. Zero border crossings. The Trump administration's had to clean up the mess of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Alejandro Mayorkas, Merrick Garland, Anthony Blinken, and so forth. Anyone that's been involved with DHS and ICE under the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration, is asinine to me that this one would get up and say that we all live on stolen land. And then she goes back to her $14 million mansion, which is actually on, quote, Native American property, on a Native American preserve. Let's put up the first slide. So, breaking Sinai law, the leading eviction firm in Los Angeles County is now providing pro bono services to the Tongva tribe to remove Billie Ellish from her $14 million LA home, claiming that her admission of living on stolen land gives the tribe a legal right to the property. Ellish's admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe a rightful action for possession as the true owner of the property. The 30-day notice is already written and ready to be served. So so look what Billie Ellish did. She said she lives on stolen land, and they looked into it. They're like, yeah, you know what? She's right. She's living on the Tonga tribe property. So Tonga tribe is actually suing her, basically giving her a 30-day notice to get off our land. Since you claim it's stolen, well, there it is. We're the true owners of the property. Get the F off. Has anyone seen any moving bans? Is she planning on leaving her $14 million property on the stolen land? On the Tonga, it's part of the Tonga tribe. I mean, there it is, Billie Ellish. What do you think now? You're going to go live in your car? Going to go live in a trailer park? Where are you going to go? Go to Europe? Go to Mars? Where are you going to go? But I applaud the Tonga tribe for doing this. I applaud it. Congratulations. I think that's awesome. I'm loving this. I'm totally loving this. And Billie Ellish claims she lived on stolen land. Well, yeah. Tongva tribe says, yeah, you're right. You're living on our land, biatch. Get the F off. Get the F off and get the F out. Here's your 30-day notice. Peace. I love it. And that law firm is going to make such money off that. Even though they're providing pro bono nothingness for free. They'll cash in somehow. They'll get their money's worth somehow. And I applaud Sinai law. even though I'm not really like a fan of this type of law, but I applaud them for making this biatch eat her own stupid words. Let me tell you something. These celebrities mean nothing. I mean, who the hell is a Billie Ellish? I've never even heard of her until maybe, I don't know, a year ago. I don't know who the hell she is. I mean, I barely know who Selena Gomez is and Miley Cyrus. I mean, Taylor Swift's the only like big name I know, really. I don't really know any of these idiot celebrities. I used to know Madonna, and she's a moron. Used to, know Nicole Kidman. I used to know all these Academy Award winners. None of these people 10, 12, 20, 30 years from now are going to make a difference. The number one person right now that people remember is Donald J. Trump. And it's not just because he's president. They'll remember him more because he's president, but he was popular before then. But I mean, Donald Trump is more popular than all these idiots. His name will reign forever, believe me. So why do these stupid celebrities who get paid to entertain, why do they have to get political? Why do they have to have a political platform at all? Why do they have to say anything? Why do they have to freaking wear pins that say ICE out of here? That's Justin Bieber and his stupid wife. His stupid wife almost died from getting the vaccine. Dumb idiot. I am so sick and tired of these stupid celebrities with their stupid big mouths. And it's scary because they have a lot of followers. And she did that. She used her platform that night because she won a Grammy and she's got 1 million followers, 1 million viewers, and whatever. And she used her platform to say the stupid thing that she said. And you know what that is? That just causes more violence. It causes more violence for our ICE agents. And you have stupid people live in Maryland that are passing asinine legislation to remove the mask from ICE agents, to go against federal law. Put these people in jail, lock them up. Please, God, lock them up. I've emailed Pam Bondi to lock them up. Because government officials, they have power too. Their words mean something. They have voters. People vote for them. Sometimes some people listen to them like they're God, and they do asinine, stupid things. I'm really tired of these celebrities and liberal government officials that are saying stuff to twist the minds, especially the minds of the youth, but to twist the minds of the American people. To make people think that ICE are the problem, that ICE is modern day Gestapo, that ICE are the bad guy. I feel like never in my life would ever think that. They're there to protect us from these criminals, these rapists, these pedophiles. Does Billie Ellish even know what she's saying when she says F ICE? She obviously doesn't know what she's saying when she says we live on stolen land. Is she insinuating that she stole the property from someone? I mean, the hell? These celebrities don't know what's going on in the news. Their lives are so effed up. They go home at night and they sit and cry. They're not happy people. None of those celebrities on that red carpet are happy people, I'm telling you. It's very rare for celebrity marriages to last. Marriage, then they're good to go for a while. But it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a huge problem. And these celebrities need to shut their mouths and do what they're paid for. Entertain. Billie Ellish is paid to sing. She's paid to write music. She's paid to entertain, not to push her stupid politics into her persona. I don't get it. Question to my audience. Do you think we live on stolen land? Do you think that Billie Ellish should shut the hell up in regards to politics? Or do you say, hey, it's her freedom of speech. It's her freedom of speech. She has the God-given right to say whatever she wants without, provided she doesn't take that right away from another. Crazy. Like I said, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of stupid celebrities. Donald, you're right. President Trump did not make the laws. He's requiring the enforcement of the laws Congress passed. That's correct. He writes executive orders, which can always be overturned and flipped, but executive orders is not laws. What he's asking Congress to do is codify the executive orders that he has written so they turn into law. And Congress needs to get their act together to codify these executive orders and pass and enforce the law. But we have laws in this country. The illegal immigration laws have been implemented for years and years and years. And what these stupid celebrities are doing is they're asking the Trump administration to break the rule of law. Same thing with the stupid Democrat socialists in Congress, like AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Rashid Tlaib Bilhanam, where they're asking Thomas Homan and Kristi Noem and President Trump to break the law. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. Ain't not gonna happen under his watch. So President Trump and his team enforce the law, and they get crapped all over. But again, who cares about the celebrities? Who cares about the Grammys? My question to my audience is, are you guys going to watch the halftime show? There's this guy named Bunny or whatever. He's very anti-ICE. I heard that Erica Kirk is doing a halftime show in dedication to her late husband, and to counteract the stupid anti-ICE idiot rapper who's singing at the halftime show. So again, question to my audience: are you going to watch the NFL halftime show, or are you going to watch Erica Kirk's halftime program? There's also a very beautiful message that Robert Kraft actually paid to Super Bowl ad to combat anti-Semitism. It's gorgeous. He actually put it out. It's about 1 minute and 10 seconds. It talks all about combating anti-Semitism. It's very sad, the story that happens in the beginning, but at the end, it's all about unity. So please, guys, if you haven't watched that clip, I recommend you watch it on YouTube. You can look up Robert Kraft's NFL Super Bowl halftime show ad, or you can, if you want, watch the Super Bowl, and then you can, if you catch the ad, then stop watching the Super Bowl. I haven't watched football since they did the take the knee crap. Also, my teams, the teams that I support, they're not in the Super Bowl. I love the New England Patriots, but under Tom Brady and Tom Brady only. So it's really hard for me to watch them knowing Tom Brady is not the quarterback anymore. But I'm sure Tom is going to be happy if he is one of the commentators. I don't know if he is or not, probably not, because it's never on, the Super Bowl's never on Fox News. But I'm sure Tom will be inclined to see his old team go for another Super Bowl win. But let me know if you guys are watching the Super Bowl or not this weekend. Let me know. Like I said, I haven't watched football, and since they did the take the knee crap, I'm curious to see if some of my viewers, if they're willing to put that aside and go back to watching football, or if they watch baseball. I was a big baseball fan, and then I saw baseball players do the take the knee crap, and I'm like, oof. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are watching. I've talked to a lot of people, and some have said yes, some have said no. But let me the NFL person who is all American, America first, American kids first, loves his community, loves his district, loves his state. And that's my good friend, Tim Fazenbaker, running for Baltimore County Council District 9 of the new district. Let's put up his QR code. There we go. Candidate for Baltimore County District 9. It is the newest county council district. It is extremely MAGA. It's an America First district. It is his to win. And he had a phenomenal event with Newsmax commentator Rob Carson, who loves him to death. Please, guys, go to timfazenbaker.com, make a donation, $100, $500, $1,000. This guy is all over the place. He's been interviewed left and right. Even the rhinos are coming out and supporting him. There's Democrats that are supporting him. They're like, Tim, you're going to win. You're definitely going to win. I mean, this is his district. He's the incumbent. Yeah, Tim is a good guy. He is. He really is. And I've been working with him for 6 years. His platform has not changed. He's consistent on message. He's the same then that he is now, and he just keeps getting better and better. So please, guys, go to timfazenmaker.com, make a donation. You can follow him on X at America1TimFaze. He's very big on Facebook at Tim Fazenbaker, Instagram at Tim Fazenbaker, and at Tim Faze. And of course, don't forget my friend Kimberly Stansberry, who's running for Baltimore County Executive. We fully endorse and support her. If she gets in, she will be working with Tim Fazenbaker at the council. Let's put up Kimberly's QR code if we have it. And if we do, there we go. That's my friend Kim. So please go to electkimstansberry.org. If elected, she will be the first duly elected woman county executive to Baltimore County. She loves Baltimore County. She knows all about Baltimore County. She lives in Towson. She lives in a very nice area of Towson. She lives in like $1 million home in Towson. but she loves the county. She loves the people. She's been traveling everywhere. She's going to win the primary. We need to get her to the general. The general is always harder in Baltimore County to be the Baltimore County executive because we're dealing with the whole county now instead of just a sliver of a district. So please, guys, go to elect Kim Stansberry I want to make sure .org. So www.electkimstansberry.org. That's the QR code. Make a donation. Again, we're donating directly to the candidate, not a club, not a central committee, not a party, not the RNC, not the MDGOP. This is going directly to the candidate. You want your money to go directly to the candidate because guess what? Then the candidate has the money and doesn't have to ask, okay, where's my money for my campaign? It's better this way because I'm telling you, these MDGOPs, these central committees, these caucuses, they do not give money to the candidates. They say they do, but they pocket some of it themselves. So I'm a big proponent of going directly to the candidate. This is her direct QR code. Donate to her, and she's amazing. And you don't have to live in her state or her district to donate. I'm from Florida. I donate to everybody. Doesn't matter if they live in Florida or not. And of course, we have our good friend Damon Galdo, who's running for Congress in District 1 of New Jersey. Woohoo! Please, guys, we love him. That's the hammer on the Jersey shirt every Monday and Friday nights. He is awesome. Great guy. He's definitely going to win the primary. We got to get him to the general. We got to get him in Congress. This is a seat that we really want to flip. He had a phenomenal interview with Congressman Jeff Van Drew. We got to get this man in. Awesome guy, awesome family. He was on last week with his wife. And we love him and his energy. So please, guys, go to his website. That's his QR code, votedamongaldo.com. That's votedamongaldo.com. Candidate for New Jersey Congress District number 1. And then, of course, we have my friend Julie Spivey Perry. There we go. She's running for Congress of the 10th District of Virginia. This is a seat that's going to flip. Yes, they do have Democrat leadership now in the gubernatorial, in the government, I should say. They have a Democrat governor. They have a Democrat lieutenant governor, Democrat attorney general, but they're fixing to flip the delegation. They're not that far away from flipping the Senate. They're not that far away from flipping the state reps back to Republican. But we also have to flip Congress as well. So please, guys, this is a seat that can be flipped. Julie Spivey Perry is very America First, very MAGA. Love her. Great. This is her QR code, secure.anadot.com/Julie for Virginia/donate. Every donation counts. Again, we're donating directly to the candidates, not to caucuses, not to RNCs, not to Virginia GOPs. It's going directly to the candidate. And I don't have his website up, but again, we support Justin Murphy, who's running for U.S. Senate 2026 in New Jersey. Once we get his website, we'll put him up. My show has completely endorsed and supported him, and our network does as well. He's always on our show, The Pulse. We've all interviewed him. He's a great guy. So Justin Murphy for Senate for New Jersey 2026. And then, of course, we have our good friend, Seth Eisenberg. We always campaign for him. There we go. GoFundMe. We've raised about $6,500. We raised in a very short period of time, but then it's been like, So we got to keep donating to him because he's been in the hospital multiple times. He almost lost his foot twice. He has a son to support. He's got family to support. He's working 2 jobs. He's trying to pay all of his bills. It's a lot. Every time we go to the hospital, it builds up. So please, guys, go to gofundme.com/health/Jonah/Eisenberg/overcome financial health crisis. It's so important, guys, that we give back to our veterans. Jonah or Seth Eisenberg is a military guy. He served our Navy. So please, guys, it's really important that we give back to the men that serve us and not to illegals, not to criminals, not to convicted felons, murderers, and so forth. So please, guys, again, go to GoFundMe /Jonah/Eisenberg/health/crisis and donate to him today. And of course, guys, don't forget, we have the Conservative Corner every Sunday night from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And you can also follow Seth on X at Conservative Seth and on Facebook at the Conservative Corner. And again, don't forget, we have the Jersey Shore every Monday night and Friday night from 8 to 9 p.m. and 8 to 9 p.m. Monday and Friday nights, Damon Galdo with the Jersey Shore. And of course, we have the Pulse every Wednesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. You never know who's going to host. You never know what special guests that we have. But it's very important, guys, that we tune into the Pulse. It's a great show. I love the Pulse. It's our newest show, and it just keeps growing every single week, and people love it. And we get some great segments. We get some great guests. So please, guys, don't forget the Pulse every 8 to 9 p.m. And again, as I mentioned before, don't forget to follow us at America's Pulse Network on X, on Facebook now, on YouTube, on Rumble, on True Social, on TikTok, on Parler, on Instagram. We're on all the major social media networks. There is no reason why everyone isn't liking and subscribing and watching us live. You can also watch repeats of our show. Time and time again, I always watch repeated shows, always. And we love that. We love to see people continuously watch our show, put it on repeat, repost it, reshare it. The more you reshare, the more you repost, the more growth that we get. So please, guys, repost our shows, retruth our shows, retweet our shows, whatever you got to do. Promotion. Word of mouth is the key. The more you guys promote us, the more it helps us. And we appreciate everyone that has been on tonight. We appreciate people that have been watching, that have been commenting. And we really appreciate everybody's loyalty to our network. And we also appreciate, thank you, Donald. We also appreciate every time you guys come on, because it makes us stronger. So please, guys, everybody's got 10 friends. Tell 10 friends about our show, and then they tell 10 friends, and they tell 10 friends, and they tell 10 friends. It just becomes an accumulation. And again, guys, don't forget, you can follow me, Alexandra Levine, on Facebook, Alexandra Levine, on X at Alexandra Levine 20, A.L.L. Levine 85 on True Social, on Parler, on Instagram, on TikTok, on, trying to think, is there any more? No, I'm on all the major ones. You can follow me anytime. Thanks so much, guys. This has been an incredible hour, an incredible show. And the reason you listen and the reason you watch is you are no idiot.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up, because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. The America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. APN's The Pulse, hosted by Alexandra, Damon, Elena, and Seth. So tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X/Twitter, Rumble, Truth Social, Parler, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the revolution, because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
Alexandra, thanks you for watching tonight's Alexandra Levine Live podcast. See you at the next packed show, from breaking news to informative topics that will keep you informed. So please click the subscribe button to get notified for upcoming episodes. If you like what the Alexandra talks about, then share the Alexandra Levine Live podcast with others. Alexandra also looks